Back to pass, it's Underwood. Buys a little time with his feet. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
The Seminoles will have it 1st and 10. Offense changing the play.
Texans was wait
down.
on the refund you needed yesterday.
The short hands, it's Jordan. The spin.
Now Texans is getting your refund after 5 days faster with Credit Karma and TurboTax.
The Noles are marching down the field. Tight end now in motion. To the ground with the back. Got enough for the first. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. And the Seminoles kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll leave it with him. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. It's Underwood. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hunter. Brought down at the 21-yard line. A 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. Bunch formation for these receivers. They send the tight end in motion. Power football with the run. Makes a man miss. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Noles!
Let's go! Let's go!
Touchdown! Unbelievable! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. He marched 78 yards down the field, and it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Looking for a man. It's McNabb. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember their zone defense, they didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Wants to go up top.
That's a
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. Interception. You don't see him make that kind of mistake very often. Looking for more room.
And these are the mistakes backed up you can't make as a quarterback, man. You've got to protect the football. Big-time mistake. Defense capitalizes and sets their offense up with elite field position.
And the offense is out on the field with a first and goal. On the option. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
Ho, ho, ho.
Green Giant.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he moved it slightly forward. Defense played it well. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to throw. It's McNabb. Looking for space to the left. Makes the grab. It's Delp. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Caught over the middle. It's Delp. Running wide open down the gut of the field. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Seminoles. PAT unit on the field. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish with a huge play.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
66 yards to the end zone. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's Hunter. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. On the ground, it's Jordan.
Oh, yeah, that's right, too.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Underwood. steps away from pressure. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Turning it on! Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
You know, on the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
From the red zone, it's Jordan. They stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Seminoles now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down.
In the words of my dog Coop, that's not a very smart decision. I can't believe you've done this.
And the Noles are at the line looking to convert on third.
Oh no, bro!
I
was agreeing with what you said though. I was agreeing with what you said though. Like they burnt all their timeouts. Why would you do that?
From the gun, the running back looking for room. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
No movement from the field goal unit. The offense is out there to try to keep this drive alive on fourth down. Steps away. Bought a little time, lets it go. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. There he goes. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver that can do that. That can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. And this one will be a 57-yard attempt. He'll unleash it from the right hash. And that might
57?
be the edge of his range, but he had just enough.
For real.
That'll bring him to within 4. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Pass is incomplete, and that's gonna do it for the first half. The Seminoles will kick it away to start the second half. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return.
Derrick Henry?
All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Finds his man.
That should be
It's
loose.
Barnes.
That should be not loose.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a
Like,
short
how do I
gain.
get those? Like, what do I need to do to get
And
those?
the Seminoles come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Gonna take a shot. A strike downfield. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
He'll try to do it himself. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. How about this dude going off script for the Noles? Not necessarily known for his running ability.
Hey, make plays when they're there, right? I think that's one of the most important qualities of a quarterback is being able to make the right decision at the right time. And listen, they've had some great ones at Florida State. Looking for that next great one to take them over the top.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
He's moving out of the pocket. He's got it inside the 15. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Scanning the field, it's McNabb. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Defensive backs have tough jobs. I mean, you think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field. It's more speed. It's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But to cover the ground and make the pick, a lot of times you don't see that. Superb effort by that guy.
First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He fires one deep down the right side. It's caught. Touchdown, Noles! And they take it in for 6 more points.
I give you 2 claps and a red flag.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return?
Absolutely.
They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Looking to pass. It's McNabb. The sweet feet buy a little time. He throws one to the left. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down.
Well, the best thing that's happened so far in this game for this offense has been looking this guy's way and giving him a shot. He has their only touchdown in this game, so they're trying to take another shot down the field. Good job in coverage defensively. You've got to be aware of where this guy is because right now he's been their biggest playmaker.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 36. They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. To the air on first down. Looking to the big tight end. And the shot play downfield falls harmlessly to the turf, and we've played 3 quarters. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to pass. Right down the middle. Finds his man open. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Wants to throw on first down. Now he's going to break the pocket. Oh, he's got a chance. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put them down and go get first downs, but I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out, and you could tell it's going to be a big part of the game plan.
They'll move the tight end. He wants it all. Touchdown, Florida State. Quick strike through the air for the score. So after the touchdown, they'll try to use this two-point conversion and get this game to within a field goal. Grabbed behind the line. It's dealt. And he's wrestled to the ground. They got one of the touchdowns they needed, and they'll try to get the ball back right now with the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Yeah, you want to go to the crib. Pretty.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
He wants to change this route. To the air, it's Underwood. Looking for the end zone.
That's a touchdown.
And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, third and long coming. He's looking downfield to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Jordan. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Yeah, he been here, bro.
The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs.
What's up, monkeys, and stupid shit he be doing.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Breaks
the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
They'll try to add another to their lead.
Froze, got hit, and said, oh, that's me running the ball.
Looking downfield, they fake it. The kicker's looking to pass. And the defense drags him down. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it back looking for help. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground.
That's why I went to the other side.
A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. That's caught. It's Barnes. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Clock is still running and they have to get everybody lined up. Looking to throw on first down. Here's a throw downfield late. He's got it. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Wants to go up top on first down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Giving up some yardage, they've given up some plays, no big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
He's got it. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And, man, that's a big-time play for this offense. This quarterback, he's put the ball in harm's way. He's already had a couple of interceptions. This ball was kind of a 50-50 ball. Nice to see the receiver make a play and get some yards after the catch. Make a big play for this offense.
Rush is on him. Into the end zone for a touchdown, and here in the final minute, they still have a chance. They'll go for two here and try to climb within a field goal late. Looking to throw, it's McNabb. And the quarterback goes down, but there is a penalty flag down, and I think the offense is going to pick up the first down. The defense was offside. Time is of the essence, just under a minute to go as they line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. These onside kicks are nearly impossible anyway, but you have to at least give them a chance by getting the ball 10 yards. They'll take the penalty and take over with the lead. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Very good, very
So the early contact for the defense.
Very good, very nice. Hello, chicken nugget.
teammates praise me too.
And the Hurricanes will kick it away to start us off.
Not the portal.
He'll bring it out. It's Hunter. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Quarterback may change this route. To the air, it's Underwood. Bringing the heat. They get to him as he throws.
And I don't like that start for this offense. I like coming out, being aggressive, throwing the football, but we got to keep our QB clean. Like, this is a huge part of the game, man. Keep that guy, his nerves down, keep his jersey clean. This offense has got to protect their guy.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Using his legs, it's Jordan. Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17. Third and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab behind the line. It's Jordan. He navigates some traffic, steps out of bounds after 27 as this offense tries to get something going.
I don't always have to push the ball down the field. I love when QBs drop back, look at it matchups. Oh, I got my running back. I think he can get the first down. Give him the football. Let him be an athlete with the football in his hands after he catches it. Nice job by the QB. Nice job by the running back.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. When you think of the significance of these two programs in the history of college football, remarkable that they've only been playing since 1951.
It's crazy because there's so many games you can pull out of your brain, Reese, and I'm sure because you were born then when this rivalry started, that so many games that were so important, that had such big implications, Jesse.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got some space. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Knowles! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with some flair, a 73-yard touchdown pass.
Dang.
A quick timeout called by the kicking team here. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks like he's going to try to return it. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Pretty good job of coverage on that kick. quickly on the left. Turning it on. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
Caught in the backfield. It's Black. And he throws hands with that strong, stiff arm, but still not a lot of running room there. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
The pull and throw off the RPO. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
And the Canes line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Right back to the well. Can't get him to the ground.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
You get a play, and then they wait, and then they just auto.
Running behind that left side. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using...
There he goes. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. The Canes will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. Finds a little space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
Well, it's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it, and how about that one running it too? Great push up front.
And the Canes had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Makes the catch. He gets it in. Touchdown, Hurricanes. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And he added the extra point. So a drive there of 82 yards, and the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Hunter. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Looking for a gap. It's Jordan. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Well, he did everything he could to try to avoid all those defenders, but at the end, it's still a negative play. Tackle for loss.
One defender, then the next one. The blitzing guy got a shot at him. Everybody had a shot. It took a while to get him down.
Yeah, great effort by that defense, not quitting.
Looking deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Pulls it in, it's Hunter. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a first down at the 23. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open...
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. They plow ahead with the run, but still more ground needed to pick up the first down. 3rd down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Got out of trouble and throws. Right on the money. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. These two, and wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Jordan. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Under fire. He throws into the middle of the field. Finds a spot in the middle. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Unleashes to the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
Timing has to be so good. When you're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Looking downfield on 1st down. catch in the middle. It's Johnson. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. To the air on first down. Got a man. It's Johnson. At midfield, he's got room. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. The Noles will kick it off to start the second half. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game.
Breaks into the open. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42.
You could tell he saw that grass open up, and he was not handing that football off. He was taking it himself. His eyes got enormous. Chewed up the big play. Nice big chunk play for this offense.
The Hurricanes, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Gets the back moving. Dropping back. It's Washington. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Black. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
The handoff to Johnson. Open space at the 25. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
And it's just got to be nice to have a running back that can make big-time plays with his feet. First down, second down, third down right here. His opportunity, gets the football, makes a huge gain. He makes this offense go, and it makes it so easy to be a play caller.
Touchdown, Canes! They take the lead with the 6.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hunter. And the returner will be brought down.
Well, that is a very disappointing kickoff return. They've got to do a better job up front blocking these guys running down the field. There was just nowhere for that return man to go.
First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. Making side adjustments here. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Catch in the middle. It's Jordan. Oh, he's got some space. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air on second down. He tries to take the top off. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Going the other way, and he's got room.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his second interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays. Everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Might as well stick with him. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And it wasn't lack of effort by the running back. He was trying. You could tell he fought one guy off, but another guy in his face right away, just trying to do something. The offensive line needs to do a better job keeping some guys off this guy. Come on, man. Take care of your running back.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. So we open the final period with a third down play. Gives it to the back on the draw. Good pickup on that one. They will stop him short of the line to gain, and now we'll see what they do on fourth down from the 17. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. They get through and it's blocked. They stop him short. A fourth down stuff, and they'll have a chance to pull one out late.
Oh, and the defense needed that, right? If that field goal gets made here in the second half, all of a sudden it's a 2-possession game. But by getting the block, they keep this thing really close. Let's see how their offense can respond.
Looking for a crease, it's Jordan. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives, and the best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
Snagged in the middle, it's Jordan. Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39 to pick up a 15.
That's why you got to study your playbook. For all young quarterbacks out there watching, you're not always going to be able to throw it to the intended target. You've got to know where your check down options are because you're going to get hit at some point. You've got to be able to get rid of it. Nice job understanding the playbook.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Scrambling away, trying to make magic with his feet.
Really good job by this defense. Way to be dialed in and understand. It's a pass, and they're trying to throw the football down the field, and that clock is ticking, but understanding what you're playing against. A guy that can absolutely fly. Nice job closing in on him and getting him on the ground.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Snagged out of the air. They knock him down at the 40, but he picks up 5, and it'll be enough for a first down. And the Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And this offense has got to get somewhere, right? That's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy. So we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
He'll pull it down. Past the 30. And he's chased out of bounds, but not before he gets the first down, stops the clock, and has them on the move trying to get the late score. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Wants to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Black. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Quarterbacks have got to have composure, and I know this guy's thrown some picks. He hasn't thrown for a ton of yards, but if he can put a great drive together here, and he's got the talent and ability to do that, he can lead his team to victory in this 2-minute situation.
Quarterback on the keeper. He goes out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Well, if they're going to come back and win this game, they need this guy's athleticism to take over, throwing it and running it. And a nice job there, David, of him understanding the situation, getting out of bounds to save some clock.
Yeah, get as much as you can, get out of bounds, because you can't have that clock ticking the whole time. Now, guess what? I can organize my next play. I can communicate it well. I don't have to be in such a hurry now where it gets frantic.
Back's going for the goal line. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Quarterback now breaking the field. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on 3rd down.
Well, it's the 4th quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked off.
Working that left side now. Defense takes a timeout with 30 seconds remaining. They're left with a tough 4th down situation here, but man, could they use 6 at this point in the game.
And in the 4th quarter, I just don't know how many shots you're going to have left. So it's not ideal. You'd love to be inside the 3 or inside the 1, but I still think this is an opportunity to be aggressive for this offense.
Quarterback making adjustments. He's looking to throw. Into the end zone. And he's got it. He's got it for a touchdown. And here in the final minute, they're a single point behind. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. And now they've decided to go for 2. A gutsy call, and the game likely to be decided right here. Sends it back in motion. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Steps away to find some room. It's incomplete, and the try for 2 and the attempt to take the lead does not work in the final seconds. Just under 30 seconds left, so they've got a chance if they can get this onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the
game
ball.
for the playoffs.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
A rivalry defined by wide rights, wide lefts. Mascot arrest went right down the middle, and a well-earned victory for the Miami Hurricanes. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.